Hello, my name is Sarah Flèche. I'm a CNRS researcher fellow at the Sorbonne Economic Center in Paris, and I'm also research associate at the Center for Economic Performance at the LSE. So in this video, I would like to talk about promoting children's well-being in schools. I will start with very simple descriptive statistics. First, how many children report not being satisfied with their life? So meaning reporting a figure from 0 to 4 on a scale from 0 to 10. According to the OECD PISA database, this is 3 children in every school at age 15, so with the class size of about 28 students. Now, if we ask how many suffer from schoolwork-related anxiety, meaning they say they feel very anxious even if they are well prepared for tests, it's 55% of students at age 15, according to the same OECD PISA database. And it goes from 33% in Switzerland to 72% in New Zealand or in the United Kingdom. So these figures are quite concerning because students' well-being have direct impacts on children's learning, but also their future happiness. And it's raised a central policy question, which is, what can we do to improve children's well-being in schools? So what do we know so far from the literature? There is a general consensus that teachers are one of the most important components of the school environment. The standard way to measure teachers' impacts is to use teacher value-added measures. So what are teacher value-added measures? It looks at how much students gain in terms of test scores or in terms of well-being during 1 year with a given teacher. So most of the literature looking at teachers' impact focus on test scores. But in a book, The Origins of Happiness, with Andrew Clark, Richard Layard, Nick Potavi, and George Ward, we have looked at the effect of teachers on students' well-being. And in particular, we have focused on primary school teachers in Avon, so around Bristol in the UK. And we have been able to look at the impact of these teachers on students' well-being. So in primary school, so students have only one teacher over the entire year. So you can actually focus on the effect of one teacher on the students' well-being. And we are asked the following question: how children's outcomes at age 8 and 11 are affected by their teachers? And here is what we find. We find that teachers have a large impact on students' emotional health. And these effects of the teachers are actually bigger than the teachers' effects on math test scores. In another study, I've been looking at more long-term effects of the teachers on students' well-being and students' test scores. And I found that these teacher impacts on students' well-being, they also have long-term effects on children's academic performance, meaning that when you have a teacher that improves your well-being, it's also improved your test scores later on in subsequent years. And it has also a positive effect on your outcomes at the age of 20. In particular, I've looked at high school performance, the probability of going to the university, your labor market aspiration, your health. And I've shown that having a teacher that improves your well-being during primary school still have positive effects on your outcomes at the age of 20. So what can we learn from these studies? The first, that teachers can make a big difference to students' well-being. And we have also compared the effect of teachers with other policies, like, for instance, reducing class size. And we have found that teachers are more important for students' well-being than other policies, like reducing class size. The other lesson that we are learning here is that improving children's well-being will not be in conflict with their academic performance. In contrast, improving children's well-being will actually boost their learning and will actually boost their academic performance later on. So how this knowledge can help policymakers to implement policies that help to improve students' well-being in schools? Well, first, I think that we should make children's well-being an explicit goal of every school. And for the moment, it's not the case. Second, we should also monitor more regularly well-being in schools. Okay, it will encourage schools to improve students' well-being. It will also help parents and teachers to know whether children are happy or not. Third, I think we should train teachers to promote students' well-being. There are available evidence of school-based intervention that manage to teach practical skills, life skills to students to know how to react when they face challenging events or stressful events. And this program have been shown to increase children's emotional health and children's well-being. So there is, for instance, the Pain Resilience Program, which have been evaluated in many countries using RCTs. There is also the Healthy Minds Project in the UK. And according to a pilot study that have been evaluated by Grace Lordan and Alistair McGreer, they show that this Healthy Minds project that consists of delivering emotional health courses and courses on behavior throughout the curriculum in secondary schools in the UK. So this intervention have managed to increase students' life satisfaction, students' emotional health, and the cost of this intervention was not very expensive. So it was about £94 per student overall. The fourth recommendation I would like to make is that I think we should more broadly conduct systematic evaluation of school-based policies and school intervention in terms of students' well-being, to know what are the effects of this school policy on children's well-being, what are their costs, to be able to make an arbitrage between these different policies, not only in terms of students' day scores, but also in terms of students' well-being. So thank you very much.